Good evening, everyone. I got my sound on. I got a couple of people in the room already. I'm doing this by request. I'll tell you the story behind the flute. My back. Going like this, sitting like that. I practiced for like insane amount of hours during the day. Got quite good. My back and my neck couldn't do it, and my muscles were locking up. So I have this wonderful Dijau flute, and I don't play it, but a few minutes a day. That's about all I got in it. Hello, James. I just couldn't hold it anymore, and the muscles and my stress, and it wasn't even stress. I would just clench up. You know, it was a thing. It's a thing from childhood. If you notice it, I was in my subjective, and keep that in mind. This is my experience. It's relatable to you only as your truth, not my truth. So always make sure you're staying on cue to keep things very subjective. It all belongs to the singularity. Hello. So as a child being criticized so much, I was always on pins and needles, eggshells about getting yelled at for whatever I did. And I was never a bad kid. I never did fucking any drugs. I didn't do goddamn crime. I didn't do fucking any drinks. I didn't do fucking nothing, you know? My cunt fucking parents were all over my stink on shit. And now, you know what? They're fucking dead. Today's Father's Day. Fuck you, Dad. I still have some anger about that. What do you think? Oh, yeah. So I work through it. I go down to their grave. They're buried together, and I fucking yell at them for a while and work it out. That's good. It's good to work it out. Get out your parent shit, right? So anyway, so I was all tense, and whenever I'm doing something to achieve, I always had tension. And I start looking at myself over the years, and it's like, God, I'm always so tight. I'm like this. And so I started getting more relaxed, and I haven't got better at it until like the last couple of years, right? And I put down the flute about a year and a half ago, I think. And I really started, hello, Michelle. I really started to, Dominic, welcome. TK, hello. I really started to relax when in the last couple of years when I'm like cooking in the kitchen or I'm making Tommy Jean's breakfast, and I don't have to be tense because I'm not on trial. You know, I'm not on the edge. I'm not always. But see, my fucking mind, this little monkey up there, this little ego mind. Hello, Brian. This little ego mind would be always, how do I look to the people outside? So I was creating in my mind an audience, and the audience was telling me what I'm looking like. And then I had to react to the audience, and there's no fucking audience. It's my goddamn fucking ego. It's my mind. It's this little shit up here, right? So anyways, you got to work through that. You know, you got to recognize it in yourself. Otherwise, you're going to have the same fucking cycled life and nothing will ever change. I promise you that, until you change that shit in your head. So I wanted to talk about tonight. This is really good stuff. This is really good stuff. You know, I never talk about bad stuff. I always talk about relative stuff. Why? Because it's relative. It's really, really relative. In the mannerisms or the tact or the focus of ascension. And ascension is not external, as we've all learned, and people that are following me here and watching the videos, you know it's all about the internal. And what I've really discovered. Okay, let me lay this something out for you. Hang on. So when I did my classes after my ego classes and learning all the things and this going over all the sessions I had. And I started seeing these patterns and I created my Ascension classes. So recognition, transcendence, vibrational tactician, and persona development. Well, transcendence and they're all of the schools are ongoing. You never stop any part of them. You might be more focused on vibrational tactician, but then you're going to recognize an ego part of you, and you have to work on the transcendence and allow your persona to appear, right? So that's the thing here. This is great. This is so cool. Let me tell you something. you really got to find. You really got to find who the fuck you are, because I'm telling you, when you find who you are, and I used to say, you're not a who, you're a what. You're not a fucking owl. You're a what. What are you? A creator. But the who part is the notion, is the intuition, is the passion, is the unrelenting, is the uninhibited, and is the unapologetic. It is the master. It is the raw. It is the expression of creation, undaunted, unbuffered by any fucking ego, and reinforced by these children that are arguing for their beliefs. Yeah. Okay. So, persona, vital, but we have a personality, and through 7 solid years, I've been doing this a long time, but really looking at the self, the enlightenment. And you only get to see a surface at the beginning. I've been doing this for 6, 7 fucking years. And then you see more and more of yourself. And you're like, you're acting and you're like, blah, 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 and then you think it's your truth. And then a reflection in the mirror comes along and goes, hey, that's an ego. And then you're like, oh my fucking God, that's my shit. I better own that and do my work, and I do. And then what happens? What happens? Miracle. What? The persona is allowed to come out. A very tiny sliver. I wish it was big. I wish it was the full Monty, but it's not. By the way, on a side note, we're talking about the persona coming out. So if I lose my spot, because I got to tell you about this, let me. I'll ask you in the chat. I'm watching Game of Thrones. I've never seen it. I was absent doing my Ascension work, and now that I have a different reality of focus, I can allow myself to watch some shows. And I love that there are men naked in that fucking show, because you don't get to see Mr. Hoo-Ha in the normal ideas. We get boobs all over the place. Yay. Give me some dick. Holy shit. Thank you, Game of Thrones, for letting me see Mr. Johnson there. I haven't, I mean, I got my own, well, I got 2 really. Anyways, let's get back to it. The persona, a part of you that you don't know and you're not sure of, and you're uncertain, because if you really watch yourself, are you living for the outside approval? Yes, TK, isn't it fucking great? I lived for the outside approval. I lived for my mind and what my mind was behaving. And then I had to get through my mind. First, I would just say, fuck everybody, and I don't care what you think. And although I did, because I was hurt, and I got my feelings hurt, and I got that, but those were my beliefs. Those were my interpretations. So it's all come back to me. That's the mirror telling me how I'm conditioned in my own kingdom. I don't blame anyone. Anyone can do what the fuck they want, because the whole goddamn world, creation, everything is fucking what? Unconditional. Bingo. And it's only in my head that a lot of the conditions that give me the experience of polarity. So I have to remove the conditioned beliefs. So I do. All right. So I was getting this persona, and it's very thick. It took years to chisel away the personality, because I wasn't quite sure who the fuck I was, on how I would behave, and my ego was getting in the way, and my thoughts, and they were wrapped in emotion. So recognize. When you have a thought that's wrapped in emotion, and it's not all of them, so don't fucking fight for that bullshit. You can distinctly feel fear, anxiety, need, desire, want, hope, success, failure, suffering. You can feel those. Don't energize those and continue that and enable that truth. Deconstruct it by destroying it with a choice of a different focus. That's removal of the energy and birthing a new self. Do not discount the power of focus, the power of your own will, the power of creation, because you, masters, are gods. Don't bullshit yourself about it. Okay, there we go. Hang on. So you got to let this little part out of you. You got to let a little bit more out. And you know, part of it for me, right? Part of it was, am I being girly enough, right? and I was fighting in my own mind, and I know that girl part of me, and I love that girl part of me. But sometimes I would be a little bit, and it's like, is that too manly? Is it this? Is it that? You know? And I was like, I wasn't sure how to act. It's like Auntie M, it's a twister. Help me, you know? And I'm like, I'm lost. But I just kept on going. I kept on going. I kept on feeling and letting that tiny little sliver of persona out. And now it diminishes the belief systems and that critical value of judgment that my mind, my ego would give me and would change my behavior. And then now that I'm not feeding it, that weakens, and the more the persona has the dominance of truth that I choose because it feels my resonant, that behavior, that choice. Remember, we have time. So we get a thought and we can choose. We have time to choose. Look at that asset. Look at that benefit. We have a choice. We're not under pressure. We're not under obligation to choose quickly. But we have to recognize, right? And then we have to follow that intuitive self and choose that. So, you know, there's a lot of shit that goes scrambling around in my fucking head on how to be. And I just kept on, and then you just grow into yourself. You just trust me. You don't have to, I thought you have to have, this is what I'm going to be like. So I would dress like this and I'd be like that and I talk like this and I walk like this, but that's bullshit. That's a belief system. That's a structure. That's an identity of fulfillment. And when I arrive there, I'll be better. Bullshit. Everyone knows it. Whenever you hope for something, you get there, you're let down. You're let down. Except for Game of Thrones. No let down there. But I wasn't expecting anything on it because I just heard it was awesome. So it is. I just got done with season 1. I'm on season 2. Anyways, so the persona, what we need to realize is that you're there. Now, there's morals in place. And let me go over morals once again. The morals of humanity are based on good and bad, right? On the right thing to do, okay? And they base that horse shit on polarity. See, that's such crap. It's such crap for them to do that because it sets everything in opposition. Murder, right? Again, murder, okay? Bad. Killing for your country, hero. Same act. See, it's bullshit. So their morals, the morals of humanity, are based on the unconditional because we are love. We are not havoc, chaos, atrocities by nature. We are the experience of havoc. We are the experience of chaos. We are the experience of atrocities. We are the experience of road rage, of mass murders, of failures and successes. And we run towards happiness thinking that's the kingdom of Eden or the Garden of Eden or the resolve and to make everyone happy. So we're going to force you with laws and violence to be happy. All you have to do is read the Dune series and you know forced violence is never going to happen. Or forced peace can never happen. You can't force peace. You have to find the nature of your morals. You have here in a compass. Forget about your psychopaths. Don't distract you. God damn it, people. Stay focused with me and not let your ego mind get away on you. Focus, God damn it. So this right here, right? This kingdom right here has a nature. It knows right from wrong. And in the idea of honor and dishonorable. the right thing to do, no matter what it looks like to the morals of humanity and their bullshit scale. You know in your heart of hearts that you cannot deny that truth. If you deny it, you enable the personality and the structure of separation. Good for you, bully for you. Enjoy your human darkness. Not wrong, choice. But masters recognize choice, and masters choose the unknown. Choose the I'm not sure. Choose the part of yourself that goes, what the fuck is this? It feels great, but I'm so fucking scared. I don't know what to do. Look, guys, you can't pull down. I get so scared sometimes, but I have to find the edge, and I have to step into the unknown, because if I don't, I stay mediocrity. I stay the same person I am. I'm not this by nature, right? I was a human by nature, but now I know I am this by nature because I removed the human. You're not going to be this idea. But I tell you what, we're not nice people. We're not kind. And we're not like, oh, that's so pretty. We're not that. We're gods. We're raw power. We're creators. We don't have personalities defined by emotions, limited to those edges. We're way more than that. We're gods. So the favor you do for yourself is to experience the edge of you, the unknown of you. Experience that part of you that you're uncertain of. The part of you that wants to speak up. The part of you that says, I'm better than this and I can choose the betterment of self. This horseshit about being selfish and choosing yours and people guilt tripping. When you get guilt by people in your life, they're toxics. They're tendrils, they're dependencies, they're fucking drug dealers. And they are demanding you be addicted to their responsibility, their obligation, their fulfillment of happiness. All you got to do is watch any fucking insane mother on every fucking movie that takes and manipulates their child, and you probably see them in the fucking world too, and you understand dependencies. And those kids grow up and they put it on other people. This is a maturing species. The species doesn't mature unless there's representation. Representation is one thing, the authentic. It is not specific to a way to act, a way to behave that is viewed as a collective conscious agreement of the right way. You can't do that because there is no separation except in your mind. The collective is unified. It is separate in your mind. You have to do this. So you cannot live for the outside. You cannot structure your behavior, your truths to be validated, needed, dependent, tendril, tied, tethered to the extinction of your will through the idea of that external dependency. Do yourself a favor. Get off your ass and go to work. Discover who you are. God, I can't believe the riches you can explore within the depth of your consciousness. The ideas. Your mind's going to doubt the ideas that come in. Your mind's going to doubt the lives that you know you are. That's your mind, though. You don't listen to that trash anymore. You're too mature. You're too grown up. But if you get caught up and you're sitting there having a good time and spilling out the drama and feeding the dependency and being a polarized fucking person, bully for you once again. Have your fun. But when that pain comes and that suffering returns, and look in the mirror and say, I fucking love my pain, don't I? Because I'm not worthy of my authentic. So you're not escaping pain to be happy. You're escaping polarity. You want to live authentic. Authentic is a vibration of home. It is a distinction beyond any other vibration. It is so resonant, so perfect, you can't describe it. You're on fire, in love with yourself all the time. You never have to manage yourself anymore. And it's difficult to navigate this world. I'm telling you, it's not easy. I had to go through it, and I had to pierce these fucking veil of belief systems that were trying to push me in certain directions of behavioral attitudes. And I got enough of me back to start being me, this nature of me, that I didn't have to settle with a definition of me, a posture in my ego mind, visualizing what I'm supposed to be. And I started speaking my truth, and my fucking God, did the mirror respond. It responded, Masters. You know what it said? I fucking love you. That's what it said. So I would really highly recommend the continuation of the deconstruction of your personality at the expense of anyone who shits on your porch. I don't care who it is. I don't care about your emotional ties. This species is ascending, and it needs light bearers. It needs way showers. It doesn't need polarized points of view, fear mongers, whores of media trying to get their next income of emotional acceptance and validation. We are so much better than that. We are fucking incredible. But we're tied up with this. And I know it's going to go on for a few more thousand years. I get that. But there's got to be a spark. There's got to be an idea. And we are that idea. We are. It is so awesome to feel me. And I only got a hint. I finally understand, I'm so like Sly, but I'm not Sly. You guys know who Sylvester is. And I am. But I'm not exactly like Sly. And I found that difference. See, that was the part. I had the vision, but I could never act it. The only way to become Sly was channeling. I couldn't do it personality-wise because I didn't understand what that was. So I just decided to let it out. And then it became more tied into what Sylvester is, his vibration. But then I discovered there's more there. That's the difference between me and Sly, is I'm me and Sly is Sly. And I found that tiny little sliver of light and I let it out. And it gives me my association with my kingdom once again, a remembrance, a place where I can nurture and nourish myself with the exquisite choice of the unknown self that is there, primed, ready to go. And I let that fucking bitch out. I let her off the goddamn chain. It's wonderful. It's good to see you, James. Although I see you in class on Wednesday, but it's still good to see you here. And of course, Dom, Michelle up there in Canada. TK, LOL too. I don't know where you guys are from. And if you guys haven't, give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. I have the Andromedan channeling coming. I was going to do it. Yes, James. I was going to do it this week. I'm for the advanced class, I have pictures of the broom. When I finish making my broom, guys, I will show you on YouTube, but I'll show the advanced class first. It's almost all together. I wanted to give some people an update in that. I don't know how I'm going to show it. I'm going to have to back it up because it's a big broom. But I think it'll be done. You guys will get to see it on Wednesday, Dominic and James, but it's not all going to be finished. It's going to be like 3/4 of the way done. I finally got what I needed in. But as far as anything else, I'm in the middle of the classes that I have right now, and those are going on for a couple of months. The next classes, you guys out there want to join in those, let me know, and we can get a get enough before the end of this 4 months of this class, I can start it on another day, like on a Thursday. Because Tuesdays and Wednesdays are taken. I can start it on a Thursday or a Friday or even a Monday. If there's enough interest in starting it before the next cycle. We usually get about 10, but this we had a good amount. We had 13, and that's a really good amount. A lot of good energy. A great class. Anyways, so I think that's all I want to talk about is the persona and how vital it is to allow that self to come out. But you have to be on guard. Before we go, email me, TK. Let me give you my email. At gmail.com. That's my email in the chat, kiddo. I want you guys to be on guard about your emotions. I don't give a fuck if it feels good. Don't get seduced by that fucking whore of emotions, of positivity, because she will fuck you. She'll lead you to the bed of negativity. Because that's the cycle. Polarized must know itself wholly, and it will. Life is up and down. It has its good times and its bad times. Well, no shit, because that's all you know. You're welcome. So make sure when you get a part of you that you know is a belief system, do not choose it and allow the unknown part, even if the unknown part is to walk the fuck away from whatever you're looking at that has nothing to do with you any longer. Mature yourself, grow off, get off that fucking playground. Be on guard about the emotions. I think that's it. I got laid out the other day. I had this bikini here. That's a bathing suit. And I need to get some up here. All right, guys. I love you, Rock. I love you too, Dominic. TK, James, of course, LOL2, Brian, Michelle, MLM, and anyone else out there in YouTube land. Thanks all for joining in. If you care to donate, you know where the donate button's at. Give us a thumbs up. Other than that, go find your fucking self. It's worth the journey. I guarantee it. Massachusetts. Awesome. Great, TK. Thanks for letting me know. All right, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. And I'll do that Andromeda channeling sometime this week. I got interrupted by the broom, but I'm back on track. I love you.